podcast engineer Emily Gomer, and this session Zoom side is hosted by Spirit of the Game Foundation, and we are out there right now on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram Live. So today's going to be an exciting show, ladies and gentlemen. The World of Ability show is brought to you, inspired from Disability Advocacy. Teamed up with the Disability Channel and our TDC Today show, we are all about showcasing abilities. And we're about inclusion, accessibility, and accommodation. We have a sister show that is on radio with River West Radio out of Milwaukee, riverwestradio.com. And that takes place, ladies and gentlemen, every Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. 7:30 Central Time out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Ability MKE Now radio show, also Disability Advocacy Radio. And we do the live streaming River West Radio, also simulcast to SoundCloud. So we're coming out there in every which way we can in all the magic by Emily and the team. And we have a lot of people collaborating from the Happy Neighborhood Project. In a year's worth of programming, folks, we span from ministries to volunteer groups and our NGOs, nonprofit governmental organizations, to our educational realm. We include our governmental realm, agency work, our politics, disability caucuses. And we include everything in the professional realm, in the business sector, in the jobs and employment, and how people make a productive part for themselves in society. And then what's fun gets done, folks. And Emily here, she likes her fun, make no mistake, and she likes to party and goof off and everything like everybody else, and find time in the gym, whatever it may be. And we look at all that. We look at hobbies, pastime, leisure activities, travel. We look at sports and recreation, performing arts, other forms of artistry. We look at food service. We look at music. We look at everything that life is made of. And we ask, how is it working under the guise of people with disabilities? And when we do that, we get a conversation starter going to say, let's kind of check off some boxes to just get a foundation and get this going in the right direction. So we're going to talk about people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, people with physical disabilities, people with deafness, people with blindness, people with a mental health diagnosis, those who have a goal of substance use reduction, and on like that. So that's the makeup and the composition and how we comprise our narrative here, and kind of what we're ready for as we engage with guests here at World Ability Podcast Network. So we're going to have a little fun here. We've got Emily Gomer, and we're going to put her in the hot seat. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little fun. This is going to be very dramatic. It's going to be a roasting. It's going to be a reckoning. It's going to be a calling to the carpet, folks. We are going to find out about the challenges that Emily Gomer has had, including starting this show on time and coordinating with people for what is going on with this, her World Ability show, that she is here to make it your World of Ability show. So when we started out here, folks, on the live streams that I have going out there, my profiles with Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, you heard a little bit of what you also see on those platforms with Love Live, a ministry that we work with for Ability Ministries. And Emily is available there and plays a role as Yamily. And so there's a lot we're going to cover here, and we're going to find out, hey, Emily, why aren't there any guests here? This is an outreach. This is an outreach and an inreach. You got to have people here You know, you got to have people in the congregation. You got to have people in the studio. We want people in the audience. We want people in the gallery. This takes people. This is why Kurt Rostov got into this gal darn thing, is because I traversed across like Emily. You know, and Emily, after this podcast, which, by the way, we're going to be going past 3 o'clock because this started past 1 o'clock, and we're going to make sure that Emily is held committed to a full 2 hours of programming, because if she doesn't respect your time, you don't need to respect her time. So we're going to make this compromise, and we're going to make it work from both ends, and everything has to be worked out ahead of time in advance, because this impromptu coming in and expecting accommodation is just not how the world works, folks. You can go for it, you know, and see with the people you're with. But Emily has been with us, you know, since the summer of 2020. She was brought through to us from Anna Maria Bliven out of South Central Wisconsin with her prosperity pathways, with her onward and upward that she passed on to one of our friends, Ray. And we got to find out from Emily, what is the update on all that? Is anything of that still, you know, in any fashion? And we've got about 30 things that Emily needs to review with you, and it's going to be power packed. We got 4 events that are featured between now and the end of the year. It is an amalgamation, folks. It is a conglomeration. It is a medley. It is designed for lifestyle development. And Emily's in the middle of it. She is what in industrial engineering they call a rate determining factor, which means that if Emily is lagging, that means that the project is lagging. And we got to look at what Emily's doing to communicate with thousands of people out there that she has been empowered with by the work of our heavenly creator, and guided through the example of our heavenly savior, Yeshua HaMashiach. You know, so Emily, come on in here and give us your OMG, EMG fashion. Are you fired up? Are you wanting to have your audience come in here and watch and listen? Or are you just here to go through the motions and you're just waiting to get to your planning meeting? What say you, Emily? What's going on? What do you got? Do you got anything? What do you got?
No, I'm ready for our audience. But yeah, as Kurt was saying, we have a number of different things going on, as in like other shows during the week, besides this World of Ability, such and World of Ability and Ability MK now that he brought up. We have ones like World of Nutrition, Blue Collar Crypto, PDH Mission Monday, the SB Bridge Show, Mastery of Connections, the Listen Program, World of Pets, Conversation for All, Revolutionize Your Marketing with Mall City Marketing, the TDC Today Show. Would love to have all of you on any one or more of those shows. It's kind of tell about like who you are, what you do, and so on. Well, as well as this one and William Kate now. But also we are involved with other projects like Shine Music Festival, nonprofit TV network, among lots of other ones, which I guess, and the Happy Neighborhood Project. So I guess I can bring up a slideshow here, but do you want to add anything to that one? maybe bringing this up here.
Well, what we have here, folks, is a collective. And within the collective is actually another collective by Doug Cornfield. Doug Cornfield is working very hard with Dave Clark, and in their friendship and camaraderie, and, you know, as a colleague with Dave Stevens. Dave Stevens is our 7-time Emmy award-winning broadcaster, and he is working in that collective effort with Doug Cornfield and with the Disability Channel out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, to serve and grow across all of the USA and Canada. You know, so we're talking reaching a million point, say 4, let's say 1.4 million, type magnitude of reach here. And we're going to keep building off of that. And we're building this collective to just open the floodgates to millions and millions and millions of people. And we have, with the Disability Channel, Jay Stoyan, kind of orchestrated an offer that is accepted by the team that works with Prince Harry in marketing and covering, doing all the coverage for the Invictus Games. And the Disability Channel is now bringing to the table inclusive media. And so you want to talk about inclusive media and the Disability Channel. We just had entering the studio here, the Zoom studio. We have Mariana Waikiki here, and she is one of our major players in inclusion, accessibility, accommodation, sign language interpretation, and teaching children and children of all ages sign language, and really making it a thing that is in place, and acts of kindness with book series and finger puppets like this shark right here. Look at that. We have everything in place. So whether you're really fast through the water with the shark, or you have, our turtle here, and we go really slow, that's how we look at everything, folks. We have the whole family of puppets and everything, and all these characters and the books and app games and all this education. And it's really akin to, what I've been experiencing in my life journey. It all kind of really unleashed for me about 10 years ago through the sport that I love, which is water skiing. And I felt tension about, I didn't feel that the, club I belonged to was taking the right approach in water skiing. And I pushed it a little bit. And it got me to the point where I was nudged to look around my county. And in doing that, I thought, well, I'll reach the state organization, the federation. And when I talked to the president of the federation, he's like, oh, that sounds great. What you're going to do with water skiing? Would you ever think of doing it for the federation? Which, when I accepted that meant that I now was on a statewide level. And all of this brought me into Global Ability Fest and celebrating the American Disabilities Act, and then celebrating what all nations, the UN Convention for people with disabilities, and basically the treaty format to look at how countries are signing on to that, to make a commitment to its citizens at a United Nations proclamation level. And it's a program that the United States does not even sign on to, which, all good. But to me, I'm disappointed in our nation in the U.S. because I feel if the folks at Washington, D.C. were able to come together in unity well enough and work together in a bipartisan, kind of in a nonpartisan attitude, because this is about how are we building our world to the future. And for there to be congressional leaders that are just kind of balking at it and just kind of saying, nope, it's not good enough for me, and then they walk away, I'm like, congressional leaders, step up to the plate and make the UN conference for people with disabilities what the USA needs it to be. I don't like that congressional leaders hide behind a no vote. It's great to put it there, but that means your work is not done. Because if you're saying no, that means you are going to do something to make it what you need it to be, congressional leader. And that is the Kurt Roskoff challenge right here. As a citizen of the United States of America, I don't care if you think you represent me or not, I'm going to represent the work you do and really push it to say, let's do this, people, at all levels of leadership. And I really want to get to a point with our nation when we're talking about presidential candidates that the narrative really includes in a very vibrant way Americans with disabilities. When I listen to the presidential debates, I don't know if I missed it. Emily, did I miss it? But did those candidates mention our Americans with disabilities at any point during the debate?
I don't remember. I don't know that I've listened to all of it or not.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about, folks. I want to be able to ask anybody in the country, and I want us all as hundreds of millions of people to be proud of how we have a political process where, yeah, baby, every candidate is putting right on the table. And when you have those moderators, that every debate includes how are we making our country better according to you, candidate, for our Americans with disabilities. That's what it's all about. We have Mariana Waikiki here as featured on the Disability Channel, working with Jay Stoyan to take Jay's role with Sirius XM Radio and Your Home TV, and working with Dave Stevens and all the outlets and all the following. This is mushrooming out. It's like a mushroom cloud. It's coming up like a geyser, and like Old Faithful, coming up. Things are percolating. We have amazing events. Emily's working on it. October 24th. I hope Marianne is in the speaker series for October 24th. Same thing for December 5th. I hope Marianne's in the lineup because we need to hear Marianne talking about acts of kindness and these things for our environment and, working with all the demographics and all the work that Marianne is doing. What a great thing that'd be to have Marianne in the speaker lineup there. And then we have a couple telethons, one headed up by the Stu and Lori Variety Hour out of Florida. And that's going to be December 15th. And then we have Zach Clayton out of Colorado. He is bringing to us a telethon that we're all going to work on together. All come together. ACT, all come together, folks. Like Earl Williams coming in here, our Night Wolf. Oh, isn't it cool to have the Night Wolf on your team? You're going to get something done that way, I'll tell you what. So we got our event DJ here, and, Earl is right in there with the live streaming. He's got a veteran station he gets us on, and all sorts of stuff. Look at that. It's like a telethon right now. Earl's picking up the calls. It's amazing. So we got a lot going on here. And again, that Zach Clayton event, including Community Pay It Forward, and ACT all come together, and however we do it with acts of kindness, our Night Wolf, and Emily Gomer, our OMG Factor, OMG EMG, and virtual assistants, podcast engineering, and scheduling. We're gonna turn the corner into 2025 like the world has never seen. We're talking about Emily's going to come forth and organize a New Year's resolution program on January 1st, like the world has never seen. We're going to get all of our HMP friends, all of our alignable contacts, everybody that's come through Blitzer. We're going to amalgamate them all together. It's going to be a big cooperative, collective effort. We're going to have kumbaya moments and resonating energy, dancing, entertainment. It's going to be my explosion because I get all pent up in the winter doldrums because of getting away from water skiing so long. By the time it's January 1st, amazing, amazing, amazing. So Marianne, you're here with us. Are you ready to go? You need some time? Are you going to do a hula dance? What are we doing, Marianne?
We're packing our bags because we're leaving on a jet plane tomorrow to Vancouver, Canada.
Woo! Vancouver, the marketplace of the Invictus Games, Whistler, Canada, is where a lot of the sports are going to be played with our injured, wounded servicemen and women competing in the Invictus Games. You're going up there for other purposes, but I'm guessing you're going to scout it out a little bit to know a little bit more what's going to be happening in February with Prince Harry's event, right?
Yeah, I hope to.
Yeah.
That's the goal. We would love to get him and Megan copies of the books, and I just received my books, and they look beautiful, and we shipped the coloring books to Santa Papa John so he can review them, and we're moving forward with production of the acts of kindness. So thank you very much, Kurt, for asking. And again, for you introducing me to Jay Stoyan of the Disability Channel. We've been going strong since August 8th of weekly interviews, talking about the beginning of the acts of kindness, the characters, the books, and I just had Dr. Liddy, my intellectual property attorney, join us this past Wednesday with Jay, and he learned about trademarking and copywriting. Wants to bring her back on the show, find out more for his own projects, and was just on Dr. Laura's Fun Friday podcast yesterday morning. So keeping busy with you guys. So thank you very much. And we're getting all the products and services out there. And Leon will be in Hawaii in October to gift the Waikiki School for the Deaf the books and coloring books, because October is anti-bullying month. And we'll be working on shipping out them and purchasing a water unit from him. So that's kind of our kickoff to Multiply the Acts of Kindness series. And we're in communication with Minnesota School for the Deaf. We're and we're also in communication with Arkansas School for the Deaf to bring the books to the superintendent to bring them onto campuses. So little by little, we're showing the acts of kindness and trying to multiply it, how easy it is to get these books and coloring books for every student, especially the elementary students, and all classroom teachers in the United States of America can receive copies of the books from donorschoose.org. And last year, back to school season, Subaru Hawaii gave $25,000 to classroom teachers requesting products for their classroom. So we want to, again, multiply the acts of kindness out there. I want to share with you too, Kurt. I was an awesome grant foundation winner for July. I applied for the Oahu chapter, and I got contacted that I had won. So we are using that $1,000 to get the books and a water unit from Leon McLaughlin Clean Water Foundation to the Waikiki School for the Deaf during October Anti-Bullying Month. And we have hired Jay Stoyan and his crew to hire persons with disabilities to bring me on. They're amazing podcasts. I'm very impressed of how it's all set up, and they are promoting the flyers. Wednesday, I got to do some sign language signs. So every week it's different, and it's exciting, and we're getting that out there to 32 million subscribers on the Disability Channel. We have 500 million people worldwide with a hearing loss, millions of moms and dads coming home from being of service, and we're sharing how easy it is to get these books to teachers and students for the next year. Now, the Acts of Kindness series are written for animation movies with sign language characters, which is 200 folk Manus puppets, and a soundtrack by Lucy Lynch in The Perfect Way. And so go out and play as our tagline. We have 4 videos on YouTube, the YouTube channel, the Acts of Kindness series. So thank you, Trevor Gibbs, for uploading the videos that I had created through my fiber graphics team out of Pakistan. So you can watch the ASL finger spelling alphabets of the crab, Dr. Fingers, the finger spelling hermit crab, Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee, and Chelsea, the courageous sign language chicken. So go out and play as our tagline, and we have updated the Apple app games as well, the Acts of Kindness series. So we have 10 created. We still need funding to continue the project. And you read the chapters, and then you go play the finger spelling alphabet games of finger spelling the sea creatures, the counting the life jackets in sign language numbers, counting the rainbows, all different varieties, very colorful app games. And I'm really excited to share that with the world. And they're great activities. Again, for all ages of the heart, the books are written for 8 and above, but these are global topics for ocean cleanup, especially the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California, anti-bullying, and also climate change, as we are in the process of finalizing. So it's been a busy summer, and we look forward to updates from Leon McLaughlin with him and his team, who will be marketing the books to several locations in the future. So go out and play is what we got going on. So yeah, we should participate in some sort of telethon, and I think fundraising for water units, which are $150 to supply the veterans hospitals throughout the United States of America with a clean water filter. So that's just something to think about too, to have there, and we'll talk about that. But I see the water units being displayed, and people can call and donate to get these water units to veterans facilities or any facility. But that's my suggestion to you, and thank you so much for having a meeting with our team, Sue Rostock, Denise Vargas, and Emily, to sign up for Awesome Foundation. And anybody can sign up. There's different chapters in the United States, Canada, Brazil, Pakistan. There's chapters, Kurt, too, for On the Water. So it's the end of your season. So, I thought, too, after we spoke that, you could apply and say, hey, we need this kind of water ski equipment. Things kind of get used, broken, repaired, and, it's off season. So if these people who can give you a discount, you can put that in your Awesome Grant Foundation of how you would use $1,000 for On the Water. You can also apply for the disability chapter. There's a vegan chapter, Kurt, and a climate change chapter. So go out and play. There's so much, and everybody can apply. And who would not want $1,000 for your project? They give $1,000 a month away. So we need to talk to Zach Clayton too, and Master Connector Allen and the veterans to see how we can get them some Awesome Grant Foundation funding.
Sounds good. So, Earl, have you heard about all this Awesome Foundation stuff?
Oh, yeah. I've been listening in quite intently here. Yeah, and then also the work that I'm doing with the internet radio, the podcasting, doing my bit to help support disabilities, the acts of kindness, also military, with doing the military veterans radio. I do that on Mondays and Wednesdays. Definitely need to get people to help support us over at militaryveteransradio.com. And because it's back on the air. They've been on the air for a while until the owner decided to revamp things and reorganize, which I felt was a really good idea. Now that it's back on the air and I'm doing my bit on Mondays and Wednesdays, definitely need the support for people to come in and really let us know that what we are doing is important to them as a listener, because we do try our best to help provide the best information possible out there, keep it all positive, and showing our support for current uniformed military members and also veterans, not just here in the States, but worldwide, because Military Veterans Radio is worldwide. And that is the focus on what we're trying to do. Also with me being a part of Lions International, which is also the largest civic organization known worldwide. Everything that we do supports communities worldwide. And we also have the Kids Sight Foundation. We have the Sight and Hearing Foundation. Let's see, what else? Leader Dog Program. And we do so much to help other organizations in our local communities as well. We try to work together to better the community. And that's what Lions International is all about. We serve.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what time on Wednesdays are you on the radio for military veterans radio?
Get to that schedule here real quick, because it's the same time every on both days. Here.
So Emily, do you have the website for Military Veterans Radio? Like, is it militaryveteransradio.com? What do you got, Emily?
Yeah, I think I have that website. So I think Earl has shared it before. After the.
Yep, it's military. All it is just militaryveteransradio.com. And then, yeah, so based on both Mondays and Wednesdays, it's 1 to 3 Eastern, so it'll be noon to 2 Central.
Sounds good.
All right, so Emily, if you can add that to our community announcements and all of our work, let's start funneling people to militaryveteransradio.com and get that to be a feature aspect. Earl, how else can we help you with the 2 hours that you're doing? Are you like in need of guests? You need help with content that's being shared out through Military Veterans Radio, or you got it all set? Just need listeners, or how does it work?
We need content, we need listeners, we need supporters, because we also do accept donations directly on the website on a secured area, so that you know, that's one thing you don't have to worry about. Everything is tax deductible, and because all donations go, not only does it help support Military Veterans Radio, but a portion of those donations are also given to the VFW, and it's also given to other organizations that do help to support all of our veterans and current uniformed members.
Awesome.
All right, so Earl, are you familiar with our mission Monday?
Yep, I've been involved with Sue on those broadcasts as well, and so that yeah, they're well aware of what I'm doing on my end, and hopefully we will be collaborating here soon.
Yeah, because we really should check in with Military Veterans Radio. If we could have Military Veterans Radio be a media partner, like we're working with the Disability Channel. So just like the Disability Channel, Military Veterans Radio could be right in that. And then, you know, once we get that together, we could probably figure out a good, you know, a good plan or between Military Veterans Radio and the Disability Channel. We kind of build up our media network and have Military Veterans Radio in the network.
Right, and then anytime that anybody comes on to the site and they want to be able to support what we're doing, basically there's a link right in there for the chat room, and you log in using either your email or Facebook login to participate in the chat room, and you can come in to help support all of our DJs, the owners of Military Veterans Radio, because it is a split cooperation between here in the States and also a gentleman over in the UK. He handles everything over in the UK for us. He does regular news bulletins. He does regular news broadcasts, I should say, that basically has everything to do with the military worldwide and anything special going on, anything important that needs to be put out there for everybody. So he handles that for us.
That's awesome.
And so, Earl, what, what is your interaction and participation with Mary Ann's work and acts of kindness, with the finger puppets, with the app games? Have you checked out the app games and the books and everything? And Waikiki, or what are you
Well,
doing there?
the one thing that I would definitely would like for Mary Ann to also do is to also give focus on, to see how they are working with kids and disabilities and doing the coloring books and the storybooks and whatnot. The one thing that Lions International does is working with kids and families who can't really afford to go in and have regular testing done, needing eyeglasses, whatnot. We have the Kids Sight Foundation that takes care of all that for families who are below the poverty level, so that we can give the kids the glasses that they need, the support, and the families the support that they need.
Well, let's check out Awesome Grant Foundation in every state where the Lions are. There's $1,000.
So Mary,
I do know that there is a let's see, yeah, there is Lions clubs in Hawaii, and I'd have to look them up, but I do know that yeah, there are local Lions clubs on the island.
so Marianne, would you
The
be?
United States, wherever you are, wherever their chapters are.
Yep.
Yeah, really the effective way, Earl, if you can help us out as a Lion, is to figure out what your Lions club in your district and in Iowa and whatever, and then with that in place, if you could reach out as a Lion to a fellow Lion out in Hawaii, that really is the most effective way to make these community introductions. From the inside of Lions, because it's a really tough place to be an outside party and like cold calling, type of thing into a service organization. Whereas if we can kind of have an appropriate contact in Hawaii, be introduced, and then, figure out what we can do in Hawaii, and then kind of make that a mechanism, and, through our shows and other, maybe through what Emily's doing and so forth, Earl, if you'd be willing to, as a Lion, to have us really, first introduce you as a Lion, because there are probably a lot of people you don't know yet in the Lions International community. Get that accomplished, and then we kind of come on your coattails through your Lions membership.
Yep, that can be done. Yeah, because see, now what I'm also doing for our local, well, not just for our local club here in Waterloo, but also for the district, is I'm now, anytime that I attend a district or state convention, that I go in fully prepared to set up a station to broadcast for my podcast, so that I can be covering the events of what's happening at convention, also getting to talk with members from the Leader Dog program, from the organizations that we have, to our district governors, past district governors, and basically being a new media representative for Lions International here in Iowa.
Awesome. Hey, Earl, I'm thinking this through a little bit. Would we be able to make plans with you for summer 2025, the last weekend in July? And are we able to get on your calendar for you to make a trip over to McCann, Illinois? Would that be doable?
That can be done. Yes, that can be done.
Okay. So basically what we should do is, Emily, we should, between us all, I mean, on the work we're doing, between the three of us, you, Earl, Emily, and me, we should be coordinating something with Mary Ann that I'm going to take a hunch that I don't know that we'll be seeing Mary Ann in McCann, Illinois, but if so, that'd be great. But otherwise, I'm going to presume it might be more we carry acts of kindness, in as ambassadors of Hope Stock by Project Die Hard. That's a forward operating base rush with, Emily, what is it, 20 acres over there?
Yep, 20 acres and then the 10,000 square foot building.
Yeah, so we're gonna have things for all the meals, and we're gonna have live music. So we'll coordinate something that with the live music, what the musicians would approve of for live streaming, to take their music and put it out over the internet, if at all. We'll have to find out if that's a thing or not. But throughout the weekend, I would love to be able to set something up. There's an instructional room in there, and so it's a multimedia room. So somehow we're able to do some advanced planning and this, kind of bring that forward. So Emily, would you be able to do a reach out to Brian Gibson and, hit him up to say that Earl Williams is offering to make the trip out to McCanda for that last weekend in July, and start getting the app order and stuff, and get into event coordination, and and figure out in co-marketing, because Earl, what I'd be looking for is that Plainsman and Night Wolf and the veterans or the is it Military Veterans Radio? Yeah,
Yep, Military Veterans Radio, and also the Midwest Plainsman podcast. And like I said, I can also bring the audio gear for the DJ services, the whole package.
Okay, yeah, let's coordinate that, and then with you, Mary Ann, let us know how we can be of service, and if you did have interest to go to McCanda, let us know. But I don't know if that's in the cards for your summer 2025, but one way or another, Mary Ann, I'd like to see acts of kindness at Hope Stock 2025, last weekend in July. So Emily, what do you have next? This your World of Ability show that you're making everybody's World of Ability show. Emily, what's next?
Okay, I will also add that next week, or next Friday the 20th, I will be appearing on KWWL Channel 11 here in Waterloo at 12:45 to talk about Lions International, talk about our local club membership, and everything to do with Lions International.
Okay, yeah, whatever we can do, Earl and Emily, to make sure that we have it all available for our networks to tune in and learn about Lions together and do a shout out to Lions. We've got a couple live streams. So what time of day is it on Friday?
That'll be at 12:45 p.m. Central Time, and like I said, that will be at KWWL. For those of you who are outside of the area, KWWL.com.
Okay, and then is that going to run more than 15 minutes, or is it just to finish the hour?
Let's see, that will run for about, I believe it's going to run for, about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so basically that's it. That's just prior to our HMP Worldwide event. That's actually kind of perfect because we run Shakedown noon to 12:45. So we'll orchestrate this. That you go Shakedown to kwwl.com to go brunch for Getting with Edwin. We'll make it a trifecta.
Yeah, and then Kurt, like Sue or I or you or somebody could mention it, in like the community announcements and stuff too.
Yeah, everything we do between now and Friday, Emily, anything we're going out there to the public with. Yeah, let's include this this timing for kwwl.com, and let's give Lions a shout out and everything we do. Let's build up the numbers attracted to that. And,
it's going to be interesting because it's going to be my first time appearing on live TV.
Okay. Well, very good. Enjoy that. Yeah, live TV production is fun. You'll enjoy it. So, all right, Emily, with that, Emily, what is your next OMG EMG moment?
I know just recently we've been talking about kind of have partnered with Stu out of Florida. We're looking to have I'm not sure. I think we've sort of brought it up before with you, Earl, but and then Marianne. We'd have a couple of telethons in December. One of them by a guy named Stu in Florida, and then on around December 15th, and then Zach Clayton is doing one over Christmas. And so we'll have to have everybody join us for that as well.
Yeah, with Stu, he works with Lori, and they got the Stu and Lori Variety Hour. Stu, Emily, is it the Stu and Lori Variety Hour, or just Stu? It must be the.
I think the word "does." I think the word "does" is a part of it. Yeah.
The Stu and Lori Variety Hour.com. So Emily, if you can work that into the chat and into the show description and the show comments, we want to make sure we are getting a ton of hits for the Stu and Lori Variety Hour.com. We are partnering with them for benefiting nonprofits. So good stuff. All right. So Emily, Earl's got the note in there for giving them the specific dates and time commitments for Hopestock.
Yeah, I can get that taken care of too.
Just get that over to me as soon as possible so that I can get it on my calendar. That way I don't wind up booking any weddings.
Yeah, right.
Emily, can you go through what you're doing right here on the Zoom for Tuesday and Wednesday for some planning meetings that Marianne and Earl and others are welcome to join right here on Zoom. Call hosted like right now is Spirit of the Game on the Zoom account here, and then having our friends of Alan Holmes and Zach Clayton and Doug Cornfield and getting the whole entourage on and growing the entourage. So Emily, can you go through
that? So Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central. 5 o'clock Central should be like 3 Pacific. We're having a meeting kind of connected to what I was just talking about with the telethons. I'd be calling Stu in kind of at the end of the meeting to briefly kind of say about his telethon, and the rest of it's kind of more about both, but more on regarding Zach's telethon and so on. But also, Earl, it reminds me, we have a gentleman that goes by the name of Coach K out in California. And was it yesterday? He brought up about, I'm trying to remember, he has a thing going on with veterans and the whole like chaplain thing going on as well. And so I could get connected with that too. But then the Wednesday meeting, I think this is what Chris are hearing too. We are doing a kind of a spotlight for at I think actually at the same time, 5 o'clock Central, doing a spotlight of our pulling each other along group, and what they're doing with their Disability Dream and Do program, with hosting hosting sports camps for kids with disabilities, and so could invite everybody to join us for that too. And so all this kind of plays into our kind of few events that we're doing, between like a couple of Easy Expo events on October 24th and December 5th, as well as the couple of telethons. And as well.
I'll just be sure to send all important things that I need to know about over to me, so that I can keep that on my schedule, and that way I can make sure that I'm a part of it.
Yeah, sounds good. So how's your podcast going, Earl?
Yeah, very well, actually. With the Midwest Plainsman, I'm not only am I promoting the radio stations that I'm on, but I'm also helping to promote Lions International, also independent musicians, singer-songwriters, bands, artists, so I can help to support them, their music, their works of art, whatever, their books, so that because a lot of your independent artists are not mainstream, so they need all the support they can get. So that's the reason why I've taken on that job too. Yeah, anything that of any critical importance that needs to be covered on my podcast, I'm all in.
Sounds good. What else? Is there? So, Earl, when's your podcast again? Is it what, like Wednesdays or something? Should you remember?
Well, as I say, for right now, the majority of the videos I have done are on my YouTube channel for the Midwest Plainsman.
Oh, okay.
And basically, anytime that I'm scheduling a live broadcast, that will go out on Facebook for announcements.
Oh, okay.
So be sure to check into the Midwest Plainsman on Facebook. I do have both a group and business page for that you'll see the announcements coming across for all future broadcasts.
That sounds good. And then I know you were looking to have like a podcasting conference. That was like the thing going on.
Yeah, I'm still working on that, because basically I'm trying to get the support and backing from the podcast community.
Oh, okay.
Because right now there's already a bigger conference that takes place down south, and I'm trying to get support from those folks to be able to have a conference up here in the Midwest, because that's the thing about the bigger ones down south, is that they tend to forget those of us up here in the Midwest who don't exactly have the means to attend these bigger conferences. That's the reason why I'm wanting to do something here, so that it'll attract people, not only from the Midwest, but also from surrounding states, from surrounding areas, so that they can feel that they can come in and participate, and have it be an educational experience, get to know about new gear, new everything. So that's the whole point with this conference, is that I want it to be a learning experience, an educational experience, and also for people to get support, because there's still a lot of people out there who are contemplating on starting up, but they don't know how to go about doing it. They don't know where to get started. So that's also a good aspect for people to learn how to get started and have their podcast be recognized and attract people, and so if they can get set up for success.
Right. Yeah. That's important. So
Okay. Let's see. Anybody else got anything that they want to add?
Yeah, Earl, I wanna bring Santa Papa John in here. He's just coming in here, and I want to grab hold of this Midwest podcasting conference. So while we're letting Santa Papa John settle in, have you contacted Steve Ramona?
I do know of him. I have not been in contact with him yet.
All right, are you all set to just reach out to him, and maybe if you want, you can let him know that I kind of suggested put it up to it. But he's out of California, but I think he would be a guy that'd be more than happy to hear what you want to do with the Midwest Conference and my interest in it. And he's got Josh Tapp and so forth that he's working with. I think we could really give a boost here, and I think we just got to get people to opt into a concept collection, so we can create some materials on what we're soliciting and asking for, but to be able to show the, doing business with a Servant Heart podcast by Steve Ramona, our podcast here, the live streaming that Santa Papa John does, Alan Holmes with the Mastery of Connection, everything that Emily's working on. We got World of Nutrition, so we could really build it out to take away, like when I listen to you talk about your outreaches, to me, it's like you're going out there as chief cook and bottle washer and just a guy who wants to instigate something. You want your dream to happen, and that gives people tension that it's going to be more busyness with you, Earl, than what they have bandwidth for. But when they see that you're organized with 20 stakeholders, now we can go out there and grow it together. Does that make sense?
Yep, sure does.
So Santa Papa,
Santa.
welcome, Santa.
How's everybody?
Ho, ho, ho.
What are you doing for a Adrenaline Saturday? Hello, Emily.
Ho ho ho,
Yes,
Santa.
So Santa, I want to pick up on how you came into this conversation. I think it'll be a really neat, way to dive into insight from you, Santa Papa John, because we're talking podcasting, and you do your TikTok programs and.
Oh, and it blew up last night. Woo-hoo! It was a good night last night.
Yeah. So we're talking about Earl Williams has aspired all year long to get a Midwest podcasters conference going in physical space, and with my involvement and with whatever we can do, wherever the venue will end up being there in Iowa, to create a team, an event team, where we have a studio there that all the podcasting can happen from the podcasting conference to reach everybody around the world will have the Zooms and the Go Brunches and the Easy Expo and all this stuff at play. But Santa Papa John, is that something that you think you would, if it became equitable enough? I know with your program, we need to make it something with a budget, because you're not looking to just, throw money out the door to go on a tour, but if we kind of funded you to cover your expenses down to Iowa, is that something that you'd be
Depending
interested
on scheduling, of course, the next 3 months is going to get a little bit more crazier as the days get closer and closer. I just talked to my website guy. He's finally getting his poop in a row here and putting together a whole brand new to exploit and promote here in the next, hopefully in the next week or so. So that'll be exciting.
Well, Earl, in terms of this, I mean, we got so much. I mean, you and I have been talking about this for a half a year, and we're still, on the infancy of it. So we're probably talking a year from now, right, Earl?
Right. We're definitely talking about a year from now, because, anything of this grand style, grand style, anything on this scale will definitely have to be done a year from now, so that I can make sure I've got all my ducks in a row, and I've got a good team of people lined up who are supportive and want to see this happen. Because, like I said, I definitely want this to be a fun time for everyone. I want it to be educational, learning experience, and I want them to go away with a good amount of knowledge and assistance.
So I'm kind of envisioning like the first half of October, because that keeps us far enough away from all the Halloween culture. And then it also gets us well into the school year, so we're not dealing with that transition. And if we can deal with the football, if we can incorporate, fun around football, then I think it all works, right? So what do you think about that? The first half of October, like figuring out dates and checking with venues, like what the calendar is,
The fun thing about it, if we ever to schedule this, if we're going to be doing it in October, then we're going to be long past the interstate rivalry game, because that would be a hoot trying to do this on the day of the Iowa State game, because then basically we would have a white line dividing the room. I can guarantee it.
Yeah. But like I say, for getting the conversations going and structuring something that people can hop onto, I think if we start putting people's, throw darts at the, middle of October and see where it goes from there. Once you go to venues might motivate you sooner or later from that, based on, when you're asking for bare bones pricing, they may have some factors there to shift our thinking. But I think it's the conversation going, and then we can update Santa Papa John. We're running those planning meetings now for the, for the telethons. So what that can be is we can thread in there that, our 2025 interests are including this podcasting conference in Iowa, maybe this, committee that's forming around the telethon group, maybe we can transplant that to keep having spillovers, because Zach's going to be running the 222 February 22nd 22-hour live streaming event, and and then I just know as a water skier I get pretty busy after that event with Zach. I just keep getting busier and busier and busier until Labor Day. So that's where, for me, the first half of October is really nice, on my calendar, anyway. And I'm thinking there might be some niceties. I find that happens around me too. That's really what I'm working with Emily on right now, is I want to close September really rock solid, including keeping these planning meetings going with Santa Papa John and the rest of you. on these telethons, because I think now's the time, you know, and I like that Rocktober, you know, let's rock and roll. Let's do some rocking and rolling with Santa, rocking with Santa, you know, and Rocktober.
That would be a good theme for the conference, Rocktober Podcasters Conference.
Yeah.
I think that would work well. And Santa, I know I know this from experience, is up around the Brandon area, down to this area. That's going to be about a 5-hour trip for you. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep. 4.5 if you get the wind behind you, right?
Yeah. I think I'm the one that holds the speed record between Minneapolis and Des Moines.
Uh-huh.
Instead of 5, I made it in 3 hours flat.
Ooh, that's moving a little bit. We used to say 4 hours in the truck all the time, and our trucks were governed at 65, so we couldn't even do the speed limit. So,
Hey, Santa, I kind of shifted away from your big commentary about, you know, your TikTok event, but let's come back to that. Let's come back to that. Let's get into this. Really paint the picture. If you want Emily to bring up your TikTok channel, whatever, I really would like everybody who comes in the world of ability to hop on board. And you know, I've been on there before, and I've been tardy.
last night you would have been just blown away. I had upwards of 1,100 people on the line at one time. I had 1,000 new followers join up last night, so it was awesome. Almost 60,000 likes for a day. So that's not bad for a 2.5 hour. I think I was on for about 2.5 hours last night, so that was a pretty good night. So I'm going to try and do that again tonight, because I'm this close to hitting my next major number of 50,000 followers.
50K. Let's do it with Special K. 50K with Special K. Hooray! What a day! Hooray!
I think I'm just under 300. In fact, I can pull it up. I think it's 180,000 followers. 48,000, 49,000. Let's see here. 49.7, but let's see if I can get a true number here. Why is my screen not?
Hey, Emily, while he's doing that, what about, I don't know if that's Santa Papa John, but I'm thinking after the show, you're going to be hopping in an event planning session, you know, for your event. How are all the come together, Emily, for Integral? Do you have a packed schedule, or do they have room for a cameo by Santa Papa John? I think that'd be fun for your event if Santa Papa John would go for it.
I think we have a few confirmed speakers already, but if Santa wanted to make an appearance at it, we wouldn't say no to Santa.
What am I missing, Kurt and Emily? What did I miss? Hi, Emily. How's your day going today?
Okay, so I'm good, Santa.
Good.
And so we're talking about the Integral Adult Autism Conference. Emily's been on the planning for that. Is this your fifth? Is this your fifth event, and you've been a part of planning for 4?
No, this is our sixth event, and I've been on. This is my this is our 6th event, and this is the 5th one I've been on the planning team for.
Oh wow, for planning. So they. What's happening to the dogs?
Some guy made a song after Trump in the
You saw the one
the other day. He said, these new immigrants, they're not immigrants. Okay, how does Santa politically say it correct? These new visitors that we have to our country. They're bringing their own traditions from their own country here, where they eat dogs and cats that are wild. And yeah, in Springfield, Illinois, that's what's happening. And of course, this guy said, "Hey, I can make a song about that. And maybe all the proceeds will go to the local what do you call the dog and cat foundations in all the different communities."
ASPCA.
That too, but they have local branches.
Yeah, well, basically be your, Humane Society.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. So he made a song with Trump saying the words and then him singing in behind it, him playing the keyboard. So it was pretty cool. I had to listen to it because it was just a giggle, you know.
It's that's a showstopper right there. I lost track of what we were doing. Emily, do you remember? All right, so
we were talking about the some kind of conference that Emily is spearheading for dementia or Alzheimer's.
No, this is for autism.
Autism.
Yeah, so the idea is they have their speakers that they need for it, and they also do, like, once the event concludes, people are welcome to stay on for a more social time.
Yeah.
But what I'm looking at is if you wanted to make an offer, this would be an event you'd be able to connect to on Zoom like this.
Yeah.
And then, so if you're game, Emily's going to be doing a planning meeting right after this. She'd be able to come in and say, hey, she got an offer from Santa Papa John, and see if they want you to come on Zoom at any point on that Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Because these videos that I'm doing really resonate with people with what do you say? Not dementia, not Alzheimer's. Autism. Thank you. Brain fart today. Holy moly! Too many things on the brain cell today. One of the stories I do have, Kurt and Emily and Earl, is I did a breakfast with Santa here 5 or 6 years ago, and in Motley, Minnesota, it seems to be a hot spot for those type of people because they've developed housing, they've developed services and stuff. And this mother brought in 2 of her sons that were totally nonverbal. They were wheel-bound, chair-bound. They were, of course, mom could communicate with them, but she brought them up for a picture, and I was able to try and communicate and talk with these boys. I got them to smile. I spent a little bit of time with them, and that's the key factor with autism, is especially when they're that far south on the spectrum, they have a time with people because they go into the shelter mode all the time. Well, it was weird, and it was interesting, and it was fun, and it was a blessing that I was able to communicate with these boys, and I made them smile. And mom come and told me that was the first time in 10 years that a Santa had been able to make these boys smile. So that made me feel pretty good.
Awesome. So Emily, are you honest to represent this conversation at your planning meeting coming up in an hour?
Yeah, I can bring it up. So if everybody's okay, if Santa stopped by, whatever. So
Yeah, keep us posted. Updates coming, folks. Stay tuned right here with OMG, EMG, and we'll have the bulletin from Emily Gomer, your podcast engineer.
Well, aloha, Sienna.
Aloha! How you doing,
Yeah.
Marianne? I got some amazing coloring books delivered to me yesterday, and I showed them to Mama Claus, and she said, these are absolutely incredible. And I was showing some of the kids last night on TikTok, and they were going, where do I get these books? Where do I get these books? They were quite enthused in them, and they were quite excited.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, so laborious laborious time and great things. So Sienna, I'm packing my bags and I'm packing all my red clothes. My festive red clothes. I'm heading to Canada tomorrow, Vancouver, Canada.
You're going to Vancouver, right?
Yes, I am. And I'll be up there for a month. So we'll be communicating with you, and we want you to be on the Jay Stoyan Disability Channel interview, showing the coloring books. Dr. Laura wants to meet you, and Dr. Liddy. We've had great interviews this week, so we'll have to get you on, and love to join you on Monday. And thank you so much for sharing the books. Do you have the books in front of you? Because I haven't seen them. I'm trying to get them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see them. Let's see the inside. I got to show Dr. Laura my books yesterday.
Okay, this one's the Act of Kindness coloring book. See what they look like? They got the coloring on the bottom, and then they got the sign language for the letters on top.
Nice. So you can learn the 26 letters of the alphabet. You can
Absolutely.
You can go to YouTube channel and meet Chelsea, the Courageous Sign Language Chicken. She has a 1.5 minute video to learn the ASL finger spelling alphabet. Wow, what does the print look like, Sienna? Does it look good and clear and you did a good job?
There's no print per se, but the diagrams are very clean and clear. And yeah, all the different depictions are very good quality.
Nice. Oh, wow. Isn't that cool? That's Chelsea, the Courageous Sign Language Chicken. She's so excited. Thank you, Sienna.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we got Dr. Fingers. A lot more detail in this one.
Yeah, because he's underwater.
Well, yeah.
He's underwater.
Yeah, these are pretty awesome.
And what about Eve, the finger spelling bumblebee?
Yeah.
Let's see Eve. Because what I'm doing is I'm taking a screenshot to send to the graphic designer in Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
And I work with several different Pakistan artists for developing the covers of the book, the insides of the book, the names, the chapters. Oh, wow. How cool is that?
Yeah, very good. Very good.
And they did a great job. And on the back of that, Sienna, isn't there the logo with Clean Water Foundation? Is there a Clean Water Foundation logo at the bottom there? Yes, I do believe that.
Yes, there is. Right beside my finger. I'll move my finger. Yep, Clean Water.
There you go.
Right there.
So there you see the back. On the back of the book, you see the book, Rabbit Extra Kindness, No Bully. And that's an 86-page book for 8 and above reading level for Rabbit Extra Kindness, No Bully. October is Anti-Bullying Month. There's Eve. She is also on the YouTube channel doing the finger spelling ASL alphabet. She accompanies Chelsea, the Courageous Sign Language Chicken, for Harry, the Hard of Hearing Rabbit. So they're dual interpreters there. One's a signer, one's a finger speller as he's growing up. And it's a great story again. And those are the coloring books to go with Rabbit Extra Kindness. And then you have Apple Lap Games. So yeah, that's Pono, the Hawaiian Polo Pony. Short books there, the days of the week. And Santa, we have a little mini pony on its way to you. They do have large horses too, so you never know who may show up at your door in the future for TikTok guest appearance. Kurt has the sea creatures too. And right, yeah, that's Underwater Acts of Kindness. And we have the mini turtle, the general of the New Earth Army. There's Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully. Oh, what beautiful colors. Aren't they nice and colorful? Ocean Cleanup, especially of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch between Hawaii and California. Anti-bullying messages and sign language skills. The books are on the Social Emotional Learning Curriculum, Hawaii Department of Education.
You've got the puppets already. What the heck?
Kurt does.
Yeah.
He had them. He's had them a couple years ago during the pandemic.
Oh, I see.
We'll get some more to you, Santa.
Awesome. Awesome.
That I'm so excited that there's so Santa, do you approve those coloring books? Santa approved?
Yeah, Mrs. Claus looked at them and she was very, very excited about them. Very
Awesome.
excited about them.
And then again, we have Apple app games for online course chapters, so you can test your skills of doing the alphabet and counting in numbers, such as counting the rainbows, counting the life jackets in the water, signing the sea creatures' names, such as whale. All great fun activities, online courses for the books. We need to continue the funding, so our arms are open up to receiving funding. And thank you, Santa. We received that awesome Grant Foundation award. The Waikiki School for the Deaf will be receiving the first set of books for Anti-Bullying Month, October. Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, with Leon McLaughlin, visiting and gifting them with a water unit for $150, which will service 50 children. So we are using that awesome Grant Foundation gratefully. And we also use part of that to hire on Jay Stoyan, who hires on persons with disabilities to promote us, Santa. So we have a kickoff here, so you're welcome to join us. We'll give you the dates and the times, and you're more than welcome to show the books, show us your videos, how we can contact you. Santa, if I want to send somebody a video of you, how can I contact you early in the game here?
SantaPapaJohn.com. I'm on all the different social medias. So yeah, I'm on all, and a whole new website is just being developed right now. I'm getting very excited to see what this will turn out to be, and this guy's a little bit more energetic with some ideas, so it's going to be cool. And then it's going to have pages about my stories, and it'll be more Santa approved ideas. So yes. The other exciting news is I finally took the plunge and I set up 2 brand new groups for Facebook. And they're not ready to go public yet, but I'm just starting. I've got the names and I've got them. One's going to be for the Are You Santa Approved? That's going to be a private group. And then the other one, of course, is our the group for our veterans. So that one I'm just putting together now to, create a page where people can promote and different activities for veterans, and ultimately provide names of lists of different organizations that I can put on the list for the people to be on my veteran list.
Excellent.
So lots of developments and lots of excitement happening.
Yeah. So Santa Papa John, on Friday, you're busy from 12:45 to 1 p.m. You know why you're busy, right? Yeah, on Friday, you're going to be right where you're sitting probably, but however you do it, you're going to be on KWWL.com, and you're going to go to KWWL.com. You're going to go on there and you're going to look for what's coming through there for, what the program is or whatever. And this guy that's on the screen with you, that Nightwolf guy, he's going to pop on your screen, and he's going to be talking about Lions International.
Oh.
Yep. Myself and Ed, who is our current secretary, but for this next upcoming year, he's going to be serving as president. I'm going to be serving as second vice president for our local club. And we're going to be going on KWWL to talk about Lions International membership and everything that we do to help support the community.
There you go. Warriors Beacon of Hope. Boy, I'm having a brain fart today, but that's the warrior list that I'm developing. So the group is almost ready to go public. I got to put a couple more posts on there. So then we can start sharing and caring and developing that ultimate list to help our veterans.
Cool. The link in the chat for the Facebook group for the Midwest Podcasters Conference.
Cool.
And then Santa, you're busy as well the last weekend in July as well, right?
July, we're talking what, not 10 months from now?
Yeah. Talking about Beacon of Hope, we're going to be having Hope Stock, so it's stuff we talked about, but I'm just kind of giving you a little exercise on, having it up in that noggin about, popping these dates off right away in conversation,
Well, that's the reality of what we're doing is we're creating events far enough out so people can see different things, they can participate things, they can plan to participate. That's like Zach and our telethon for Christmas. We're starting to promote now, we're starting to generate interest, we're starting to generate sponsorship for a 37-hour telethon to help communicate between our veterans, our serving brothers and sisters and their families, and our EMTs, our firemen, our policemen. They have to work Christmas Day. They might want to send a special message to their children. And that's what we're going to do is we're going to create a this day for our working professionals that support all of us, have a way to communicate with their children if they're across the city, across the strait, or across the other half of the world, on creating a way to do a video message to their children. What an awesome way to give back to the children of working professionals, of our soldiers, of our firemen, of our police, because they all work Christmas Day, and we proudly support all of them that don't get as much recognition as they should.
Here. That's true. Help me out here. You're mentioning a 37-hour time range. To me, I look at that as a concept that you want the entire 24 hours of Christmas, no matter where people are on the globe. So it takes the world 24 hours to circle all around all the places. How is it not a 48-hour podcast if you're trying to reach every place?
Well, time zones come into play on that, Kurt and Earl, because if you look at where Marianne is from, our time is 2:30 in the afternoon. Well, for Marianne, if I'm correct, when she is at home, she's a 6-hour difference. So it would be, 8:30 in the morning for her in Hawaii. Well, yeah. Same thing if you go to Australia. Like if we're 2:30 in the afternoon on Christmas Eve in central USA, it is already 5 o'clock. No, 5 o'clock.
13-hour time difference, depending on where
5:30 in the morning. 15 hours. 15 hours difference. So you got to take. It might be midnight at our start of Christmas Day, but in some places in the world, it's already 3 in the afternoon. So we've got to go back, 15, 16, 17 hours so that when we start, it's midnight Christmas morning. And then if you go the other way, it's already going to be 6 a.m. on the 26th when midnight strikes on Hawaii. So if you calculate that, it's 37 hours. It's a weird calculation
Yeah,
formula.
but but you have that time dilation device, don't you?
Absolutely. You just push that button and things work, and they tell you when and where I gotta start. But for planning something like this, Kurt and Errol, you got to take in that a lot of people don't understand the time zones more than 100 miles or 200 miles from where they live. You know, unless they're businesses that are dealing with different time zones across the USA, they don't understand the time zones from here to Europe or here to Hawaii or here to Japan. You know, so by the time you calculate all that in and explain it to people, it can be a little bit mind-boggling for a person to grasp the whole theory of what actually transpires.
Yeah, so I had a conversation on all this with Brian Gibson at Project iHeart today, and he tells us he wants the 10 a.m. Central time slot on Christmas Eve. And so he wants to be able to come in at 10 a.m. and whatever your format is, whatever we can do with Project iHeart, he's saying he'll come on 10 a.m. Christmas Eve and do whatever needs to be done with the show. And then he's calling on Sue and me to kind of supplement and complement everything, you know, so that if he hops off, that we can basically, as Project iHeart, be available for at least an hour of this, you know, if that helps. But at least we got Brian at 10 a.m., you know, is willing to come on, and then Sue and I as ambassadors and so on and so forth. So he asked us to see if we could kind of make that happen, that'd be the Project iHeart slot for sure. There could be additional slots with Sue and me, but
Yeah.
Brian's part, he's looking at 10 a.m. Christmas Eve, and here we go. We're off to the races.
Off to the races, absolutely. And that's why we're starting now, because people are, you know, everybody that I talk to say this is such a brilliant idea. Zach is hearing the same thing. So we're setting up sponsorships for different promotions. So we will, I think he's working on a letter now to send to people for sponsorship abilities. So the word's going to get out. And we honestly don't know how big this thing is going to explode. But everybody's got a big heart towards our veterans, and that's the key factor right there.
Yeah, since you brought up, you know, about Trump earlier, I'll just say it's going to be bigly huge. Bigly huge.
Absolutely, it will be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw Santa Papa John, but I put our planning meeting on Wednesday on the Google Calendar. Emily, you got the Tuesday one on Google Calendar? Or am I ahead as VA with my VA work over your VA work? Virtual
No,
assistant.
the Tuesday one should be on the Google Calendar already. I think I did that yesterday.
Yeah, so we have a Tuesday and a Wednesday planning meeting at 5 Central.
Okay, back to Earl for a minute.
Yeah.
You're going to send me a link for that, and it's 12:45 Central Time Zone.
Yeah. And then, so early you're going to send Santa Papa John apparently he needs kwwl.com, I believe is what we're talking about.
That's all it is, just kwwl.com, and it'd be at 12:45, and that's their midday broadcast where they basically, we'll be talking about Lions International, what we do to help support the community, also be talking about membership and a lot more.
Yeah, I've got you marked on my calendar now for 12:30 that meeting. That will give me a couple minutes to get situated and get hooked up with you, so we're ready to go for quarter two.
Cool.
So Emily, are you able to get the KWWL on our Google Calendar for Friday and then add people on to see if we can get a big viewing and listening audience for that, Emily? Does that sound good?
Yeah, I can put it on the Google Calendar shortly here when they're done here.
Yeah, but with the planning of the telethon, I mean, I'm going after Jeff Jeffries, Steve Ramona,
Yeah.
Doug Cornfield, and you know, I'm going for the whole shoot match. I want to get this to be so much a slam dunk type deal that we can go to Edwin at the Happy Neighborhood Project, and he will look at it and he would say, that would make me happy to be a part of the telethon.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, so yeah, let's get all the big players. Barry Shore, our ambassador of joy. Let's get him on, Emily.
Ooh, that would be interesting too.
Yeah, we can get his Einstein.com going. Is it that simple, Emily? Is it just Einstein.com or Einstein?
I think Einstein cares.
Einstein cares.
Einstein cares, yes.
And is it .com or .org with it being?
I don't remember at the moment.
All right, but yeah, we could get all of that influx on this, and you know, we should have Barry Shore a part of Community Pay It Forward. You know, he and Zach should, you know, kind of have something constructive that Barry's on the platform. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah. Hey,
Absolutely.
did you get Barry Santa approved?
Not yet.
That's right. Let's do some.
I got to work on it some more.
Yeah, if you need our help, you know, we'll get that, you know, little Yiddish thing going with Barry, and you know.
Well, you know, he is Jewish, but he's got a heart of gold, that guy.
Yeah, and then with all of his acronyms and his singing of stuff,
Oh,
and
amazing, yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, he's got an acronym for smile and the hugs and the whole thing. Hey, yeah, yesterday we met Dr. Hugs, you know.
Yeah, he jumped in. Now, did we? I had to jump off. Did you ever find out why he calls himself Dr. Hugs?
Well, the interesting thing, if we take the letters DRHUGS, now pronounce that. DRHUGS. What do you end up saying? DRH, yes. Dr. Hugs. You know, like take the letters, but put the DR in there.
RH doesn't, that'll screw everything up.
No. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you, folks. DRHUGS. Now pronounce that as all one word, those 6 letters to form a new word. How would you pronounce that?
like drugs.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Drugs.
OMG. So that's his thing. He wants to really address the overuse of psychotropic drugs. Not to say that he's going out there to say, cancel your prescription and don't do what your doctor says. But it's just kind of a known thing, kind of like opioids and stuff like this, that, you know, it's like any good thing, you know, too much of a good thing is a bad thing. So,
Right.
And he's in the mental health space.
Okay.
Mental health, mental wellness, and you know, and I come in and I say we have folks from HMP that taught us you got to really come in there with brain health, because that's really the end game. Is that when you can kind of work through mental health, mental wellness, and all of that stuff that everybody gets attracted to. You know, we have folks that teach us that job's not done until you look at the brain health. You know, is that brain really going through the changes it needs to help your brain?
Well, some people don't want to activate the brain.
Oh, man. All right, Emily, we are cruising here on time. You've got kind of a 10-minute segment coming up here. So kind of, what do you have in mind for our Power of 10 portion of the show? And you are muted, in case you didn't know, podcast engineer, you know, get that audio going. What do you got, Emily?
So it does look like Barry's thing is .com. InstantCares.com.
Gosh, we've got Barbara Weinstein coming in here. I believe that's correct. Isn't that Barbara?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so now we get a little color commentary, you know, kind of our character from maybe Florida. I don't know where she is. She's got her grandkids and stuff to get her traveling. Barbara Weinstein, where are you calling in from, girl? You're muted on the Zoom side here.
I'm muted now. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're here visiting with Earl Williams, your night wolf. You're here with Santa Papa John. Ho, ho, ho. Bro, we want you to smile, he says. And then here's truly Special K, and you got OMG, EMG, and you got Marianne Ambrose, Marianne Waikiki, and all the acts of kindness stuff. So we miss you, Barbara. It's been a while. What's been going on, girl?
Been busy, sold my house. So I oh my gosh, I just wish I was a stronger person, because what I was gonna do was rent one place and live in the other. And I don't know, some real sharp talking contractor got us selling our house. And so I'm going through some like major changes. Like the dog that my daughter and I have. Anyway, it's what she's wanted to live on her own, and it gives money, to my kids that need some money right now. But yeah, it's been challenging.
All right. Well, I'm glad you plugged in and vibe with us.
I was trying to think there was a way to see what was happening. As far as what I'm going to be doing speech on Thursday, and I'm trying to find the best of what I'm learning about why her children need contact with nature and time with parents, or time with grown-ups rather than just with other children. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do a good speech, and I'll be able to come back and share what I'm learning. The idea is to learn a lot, put it on cards, so I'll have the right words to say.
Oh, Barbara, you are going to impress yourself, and you're going to have a great personal experience, and the folks that you are going to be having that sharing with, that they're going to receive that, and their hearts are going to well. You might even bring some tears, maybe to your own eyes, and get the people listening misting, getting a little misty-eyed. And it's just going to be a tug of the heart, because you're talking about something that is really, in that, nerve of life. And, I know a guy out of California. He's very passionate about, in his golden years, he wants to really, get the world celebrating our grandmas. So Grandma Barbara, we celebrate you. And he talks about how, the world's business is in a better place as soon as we put our grandmas in the front and say, what do we need to be doing, Grandma? And then all of you grandmas tell us what we need to do, because he says that what it is that grandmas, are in this place where they have this love of children, and then of your own kids, and then your kids have kids, and you're able to, kind of reach a whole new level of love with your grandchildren. And then with that intergenerational love exchange, you have a concept of love in the world and loving communities and loving groups like this, that, there's no one else in the world that can bring it forth better than grandmas. And that's you.
I'm glad that I did somewhat, foolishly reach out to you without having, real solid conversation to share, because you're inspiring me to, when I get off the phone, to work on this speech. Thank you. That's the whole idea. It's amazing how it's kind of like priming a pump, right? what I found is that if you're trying to share one positive thing, it opens up a floodgate to other positive things that, to come to your consciousness and to come out to share. I've seen that before and seen that again. Did I just make sense there? Did you understand what I was saying? There's a powerful connection between us that just all for the good.
Absolutely. I think you and I have known each other, what, about 8 years now, Barbara? Have we known each other 8 years?
I think so. Sounds right.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, to me, you live, eat, and breathe positivity, embracing all that the world has to offer, gratitude like nobody's business. And so to me, when you bring something forth, it's got to be good. And, we were talking about our friend Barry Shore, ambassador of joy, and at barryshore.com. And, what he talks about is when he comes into a room, he's like, hey, it's so great to be with all you good-looking people. And he'll be on a phone. He'll be on a conference. Hey, great to be with all you good-looking people. And he's like, I know you're good-looking because those who are looking for the good are good-looking. And that's what this is all about. And talk about good-looking people. We have Leon McLaughlin just joined us. How you doing, Leon?
Hey, how's it going, Kurt?
Oh, doing good. We were just talking to Barbara here. She's talking about how she's going to have, an oratorical experience. She's going to be putting something together for a group. She does Toastmasters and stuff like that. So she's going to be going in a speakers event. And, it's this, process of creativity, right, Leon, where you maybe get a little apprehensive if you're going to be, filling the space that's opened up with you the way that it needs to be for the others. And, so we're kind of breathing in a little confidence over to Barbara that it's going to be just absolutely spectacular and awesome. And she's going to be putting some words into people's eardrums that's going to create a party for their brain.
Oh, that's how you do it. Toastmasters is a great group, too. And they've been around for a long time. What a great networking group.
Yeah, absolutely. So
congratulations, Barbara.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Toastmasters having their 100-year anniversary.
Wow,
They've been around for 100 years. And
that's
Barack
totally
Obama,
amazing.
He was helped for Toastmasters. He used to use a lot of French words when he speaks, and Toastmasters helped him learn how to eliminate all the French words. So when we had a big conference, he gave everybody who was there a gift, and it was the poem about how people say, oh, how can just a few concerned people really make a difference in the world? But that's always what made the great differences in the world, was a few concerned people, and his smiling face on it and thanking Toastmasters. So that was interesting.
That is wonderful.
So,
congratulations.
So what's new in Leon's world?
Yeah, we're getting ready for this big and with the Eagles Club. That's why I was talking about Toastmasters. We're with the Kirkland Eagles Club, and the mayor of Kirkland being great to us. The Chamber of Commerce of Kirkland has been great to us. And the Eagles Club is going to donate their hall for us to have a music fundraiser. They have a new president. We'll introduce him, and it'll be part of Oktoberfest. So we're tying in Oktoberfest along with the Water for Children for the Hopi and Navajo Reservation. And it'll be October the 5th. And the band that will be playing is called The Real Deal. And they're a rhythm and blues band. So we're gonna be like the Blues Brothers in the movie, The Blues Brothers. We got the Blues Brothers band. So that should be awesome. Along with next week, we'll be sending water units and filters for over 4,000 children and their families on the Hopi and Navajo reservation. And as you know, I'll be in Hawaii the October the 10th at the School for the Deaf that Mariana of Waikiki has connected me up with. And we're bringing a water unit to that school and give a speech. So things are going really, really well. We're really happy about getting those kids water and sending those filters out in next week to the Hopi and Navajo for 4,000 people. So we're really knocking it out the park to be a small organization. We just did our website. So we did the construction on our website. So we got a brand new website up, and we're going to be putting unbelievable, ads in and what we're doing. So things are going spectacular. Working together works.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, Leon. So yeah, the kids will be excited to receive the books, Rabbit Acts of Kindness, No Bully, and the coloring book. Santa just received the coloring books. And Santa, you want to tell us about your thoughts about the coloring books to Leon? And we're going to get the water unit to them. It's Monday, October 15th from 9 to noon.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, Leon, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, I got these amazing coloring books and quickly looked at them. And they're, I don't know if you got video happening or not, but they are very good quality. There's great detail in them, and
they're beautiful. I got the video. I'm watching you right now. They're beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the color is very good. She's even got your this side.
Clean Water Foundation is on the
Clean
back
Water
of the
Foundation, yep. It's on all the books. And, it's got all the sign language on top in big, clear graphics. So it'll show anybody that looks at the books what the sign language is for each letter. So great job of putting this together, and then there's the Hermit Crab one, which is a total different one with the undersea drawing abilities, much more details. So they're great books, and I'm getting excited. I started showing them to the kids on TikTok last night, and they were very excited. And there was a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable great coloring book. Along with, we're working with the private equity company. So those books are going to be in over 25,000 stores. And that's what we're working with the private equity company to put the books in, along with Dr. Emoto Messages of Water. So what a beautiful bundle package we're putting together. And we'll start promoting those books too. So Mariana sent an email out so I can send that to the private equity company and show them.
Yeah, so Leon, also too, we had a great interview with Dr. Liddy and Jay Stoyan, founder of the Disability Channel, this past week, talking about the trademarking and copywriting of the Acts of Kindness series. So we'll send you that video to send to them as well. And we had a follow-up with Dr. Laura on Fun Friday, sharing the books, coloring books, the YouTube channel, and the Apple app games, and how easy it is for teachers to get copies of the books in the United States of America from DonorsChoose.org. That's DonorsChoose.org. And how did we get the books to the Waikiki School for the Deaf and your water unit? Through Awesome Grant Foundation. I won the award in July, and we're allocating that money to you, to the books, to the school, to Jay Stoyan for bringing us on for the next 4 months to have these amazing interviews. And thank you, Santa, for being part of our Acts of Kindness team and showing our books. You're our new Vanna White, not Snow White, but Vanna Snow White.
There
Papa
you go.
John.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, great news. That's great news all around the board. Let's knock it out the park and do what we got to do. Like I said, I'll be in Hawaii October the 10th. We'll have the books out. Send me that attachment so I can send it to the private equity. I know they're going to be super excited. Also, we'll send that to Japan to Dr. Emoto's group. I'll email that because they're actually, when I'm in Hawaii, they're actually going to be in Sedona with the Hopi and Navajo reservation.
And I'll be in Vancouver, Canada.
Awesome.
Well, it's great all the way around the board. We're what they say, we're on the international stage.
A lot of creativity in this group right here.
Yeah, so Sienna, again, how can we contact you to make videos, special videos for children?
Oh, well, SantaPapaJohn.com or on any of the other social media. I'm under the same name all the way through. So yes, custom stories for children, custom story tales. Can you imagine me reading a story to your family with your children's names actually being read in that story? So that's another thing that I'm doing. But of course, you can reach me at
That's totally
Santa
amazing. That is totally amazing. That's a game changer. Oh my God.
And Leon, that was the power of networking right there. Because I was just going to go and read stories to boost up my YouTube channel, and someone said, hey, Santa, why don't you take it to the next step? And I said, I'm listening all about it. What are you saying the next level? And they said, well, customize the stories for each family and read the family's names in your story with the children's names in the story. So I gotta, give kudos where it goes, and that's the power of networking right there.
Yeah, you gotta love that. I mean, I've never heard of anything like that, and we could take that around the world.
Absolutely.
So Mariana, when
Australia.
Send that email out about that, and I want to let the private equity company know about that too as part of the bundle package, that this is part of the bundle package. Because I tell you, that could be funded worldwide, and I think they would get involved in doing that, because that is brilliant.
I will send you a letter, Leon. Thank you. And I'll send you a video to go along with it. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, can't get no better than that. To get the letter and the video, yeah, because I got some folks that would love that, and we can get funded. And this funding is coming within the next 30 to 60 days. So we're at the doorstep.
Awesome. I will work on that tonight for you.
So I think.
And you have my email, correct, Santa?
No, I do not.
I'll put it in the chat right now. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me put it in the chat right now. Putting it in right now. Just put it in the chat. Let me know if you got it.
I got it.
Perfect. Working together works.
Absolutely.
And technology is amazing.
I think we're about nearing our end here of the show. But what I'd sort of like to do is go around and have everybody cast any last words or comments, questions, and so on. Barbara, did you have any last questions or comments? Anything like that?
Oh no, I so appreciate what you guys have created. I hope to have more value to bring to it.
Sounds good. Leon?
Yes, just want to say everything is going great with the network of ability, and what we're doing on this networking is amazing. And to get those kids water, like I said, for 4,000 children for a small organization like us. And if anybody want to join us, they can join us at www.cleanwaterfoundationwa.org. Musicians, technology people, anybody. And if you like to donate $150, you can get a water unit for 50 people. And that provides water for 50 people. And also it's a tax write-off because we're a 501c3. So if anybody want to donate or join us, please do.
Keep up the good work, Leon.
Sounds good. Marianne?
Yeah, so I just want to say mahalo, gracias to everybody. It is Viva la Mexico here in Mexico. So it's their Independence Day tomorrow. We wish everybody safety and travels for all of our projects that we're doing. Thank you again for bringing us on the shows, on the Disability Channel, the interviews. And Papa John, I'm so happy you got the gifts. It brings tears of joy. And we're going to bring them around the world, especially with that logo of Clean Water Foundation. So thank you very much for everybody for your support. And aloha.
Sounds good. Santa.
Just, this conversation today was amazing. There was a lot of really good, positive information. Earl and Kurt and Marianne, and thank you, Emily, for being such a great host and doing the job that you do. I mean, we brainstormed and we came up with some great ideas and we shared some great ideas. And that's the power of networking. If we just share it to 5 people and they share it to 5 people, how fast is our ideas going to be around the world? And like Leon's, he does his little bit and it goes to the next little bit and it goes to the next little bit. We all have to step up to the plate. We all have to do our positive deed for the day because it'll share happiness to a lot more people than just us.
Thank you, Santa. Earl.
Well, I will just add that Leon, I know you came in late, but we were also talking about I'm basically back in the planning process for the Midwest Podcasters Conference that I want to do in October of next year here in Iowa. And what you're doing would be a really good benefit for it. And then also, I'll also be on kwwl.com, which is a local news station here in Waterloo, Iowa, talking about Lions International and how we work to support communities, helping to support families and children, and then also talk about membership as well. So, I've got those 2 things going on, so wanted to let you know about it.
Thank you very much. I will definitely check that out, Earl, for sure. Like I said, working together works.
It definitely does.
Lastly, Kurt, last things from you.
Absolutely. A big thanks to our huddle here. We got our sensational 7 here on the screen, and I want to slip in here, the ask for mastery of invitation. The idea that the 7 of us and everybody out there listening and watching and aware of World of Ability can invite others into this think tank and collaboration and embarking on new things for their life and new things for our lives. That we want to hear from more individuals around the world in this show, and more of our Happy Neighborhood Project friends, and more people from Alignable and Blitzer and the posting parties and all the things we do all week long. And let's bring them back to these shows that Emily does. And, let's get everybody on with Santa Papa John, with the TikTok activity, and let's get everybody invited in for acts of kindness and everything that Earl's doing all the stuff with the Military Veterans Radio. Barbara with all of her oratories, and, Leon, really getting the clean water thing going out there. Everybody has something to offer. And the more we exchange it and imbibe and, get that cohesion together and co-producing it, co-creating, what the next thing is that's going to improve the world for generations to come. Let's think today. What we're doing today for 100 years from now. I tell the story about people who did things 100 years ago that I'm enjoying today. Let's think about that. What's going to happen from what you're doing today to serve the world 100 years from now? So 2124, the year 2124, And the way we can drive our legacy is through inviting other people into the space that we have in our life. And let's face it, the things that we've enjoyed in our time in life has been because others have given us a sense of belonging. Let's provide that to others. Back to you, Emily. Hallelujah. How is that for a preacher?
Get to the Bible and you'll be set to go, brother.
All right, let's do it. Sacred scripture is where it's at. All right, Emily, take it away.
And thank everybody for joining us today, and for joining us, tuned in. Again, we are here every Saturday at 1 o'clock Central, and we'd love to have all of you join us. And or tune in to all of our social media. Like, share, comment, subscribe that as well. And to thank and encourage everybody to check out all of our other groups that we're working with, partners of Transforming Marcus Hart of Transforming Media, Jay and the Disability Channel, Earl, Zach Clayton of the Pack Channel, and Lawrence Wingate of Wingate Studios, and all of the great work that they're doing. And I guess until next time, have everybody have a safe and productive week, and to stay happy.
Awesome. Great job, everybody.
Yeah, what a day. Santa Papa John. We had a powerful H&P weekend and now this.
Absolutely.